Hello, hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to June's energy projection, where we are going to take a look at all of the energies that are headed our way and what fun and exciting events that we have for you this month. So let's go ahead and start with the upcoming classes for June 2024. All of the classes will start at 6:30 p.m. So first on June 10th, we have the Reiki healing class. Then June 13th, we have that feminine sacred energy class. Then on June 19th, we have that Receival Mode meditation and activation class. Then we have on June 22nd, a full moon activation. And then on June 25th, we have the crystal grid activation class. So if you are interested in attending any of these virtual classes, go ahead and head over to my website at intonikki.com and get your tickets under the event section. The fee is free for members and just $5 for non-members. So if you wish to become a member of my private group, the details will all be in the description. But make sure you act fast, because if you want to be grandfathered into the old pricing, since my membership fees will be going up in July, as well as the cost of all of the classes that I offer, go ahead and jump on that now. So if you want to deepen your spiritual journey, go ahead, become a member, and come join us, okay? So now for the upcoming energies for June. As we step into this sacred month, we are met with a tapestry of energies that are going to kind of guide us along our spiritual journey. The celestial bodies and cosmic vibrations are really aligning to bring forth a time of transformation and healing and manifestations. So overall, the energies of June 2024 will be characterized by a profound sense of renewal and rebirth. I know that this has been a theme over the past couple of months since spring, but this is really what it's all about. It is really just all about that renewal and rebirth. So this month holds the potential for deep inner healing, specifically those mother wounds that we still haven't healed in the month of May. So if you haven't done that healing, that's coming up again for you as well, but on a deeper level, along with spiritual awakenings and the manifestations of our heart's desires, okay? So even though, it is essential to approach these energies with an open heart and kind of a willingness to embrace all of the change, it is really important to be very present during this month. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into the energies of June 2024. First, we have the influence on the Gemini season. So from May 21st to June 20th, we are under the influence of curious and adaptable Gemini. So this is an air sign that encourages us to embrace our duality, communicate with clarity, and explore new perspectives. This is a message for someone. Communication means speaking and listening, okay? It is definitely a time for intellectual growth and social connections. For example, during this time, you kind of might find yourself drawn to engaging in meaningful conversations with other people, or exploring new hobbies, or seeking out knowledge that kind of expands your understanding of the world around you, okay? So there is a huge energetic portal that is actually happening today on June 6th, 2024. And in numerology, the number 6 resonates with harmony, with balance, and with nurturing energies. And the number 8 is all about that abundance. It's that infinity sign. So when we add these up, we get the number 20, which really reduces down to a 2. And this is really a time to have faith, to have courage and trust, just in the divine source, in universe. So your prayers are being manifested for you right now. You just have to be patient and know that it is all working out for you right now, okay? So this is also a very feminine energy. So this makes me feel like there is still more healing that kind of has to go around those mother wounds, all those mother wounds that we did not heal in May. But here's the thing. So June's energy isn't about how your mother treated you, okay? It is about how you are treating yourself. How are you mothering you? How are you showing up for yourself? How are you nurturing yourself? Does that make sense? How are you mothering and becoming the mother for yourself? So let's, for a second, imagine, how would you act towards your child if you were a mother? Or if you are a mother, how would you treat your own child? When they mess up and do something, do you lash out on them verbally? Do you criticize them for not doing better or knowing better? Or, would you nurture them and encourage them and hold their hand and, guide them the whole way through everything? Would you feed them the foods that really nourish their bodies and give them the proper rest that they need to, survive and thrive? So this energy is just kind of screaming at us, all to kind of just stop putting yourself and your needs last, okay? Because we have done that for such a long time, and that energy needs to be released during this month. The people-pleasing energy, the dimming your own light to fit in or to appease others, or to avoid conflict and controversy. It is no longer going to serve you anymore. Okay. So just let that energy go. More on this mother healing. I feel like some of you need this message. So, how can I say it? So, we can kind of blame our parents all day, right? For how we were forced to show up in the world when we were children. Okay. So, because it was their house, it was their rules, you will do and say and act and behave like this. But as adults, it is our job to take responsibility for ourselves and show up in this world the way that we want to show up. Okay. So we cannot continue to blame others, especially our parents, where we are in our life. We cannot blame them for where we are, because that's called having a victim mentality. It is the I can't do this or I can't do that because someone else. It is putting the blame on someone else. So now I know I'm going to get like maybe some hate here or some backlash here, but because there are those who are those outliers who this doesn't really pertain to. But it is, it's a general message here for the collective. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But I'm just saying this victim mentality, it needs to go. We cannot blame others for where we are right now, especially if you are over the age of, like, honestly, it's like 25. If you are over 25, but really 18. After 18, you are an adult and you need to take responsibility for your own life, right? So when we blame others for our shortfalls, it is so much harder to kind of get out of that space. Why? Because we are literally handing them our power and saying, okay, how do you want me to respond now? Tell me what you want me to do. You have full control over me and my life. So now is the time to really take your power back. You need to claim it. You need to heal that wound and create that life that you want, the life that you have always wanted, the life that you have been asking for. Okay. So you need to ask yourself, how have you been showing up for yourself? How have you been showing up for you? That is a time to sit down and analyze what you need to change and what kind of needs to happen to kind of move forward. Okay. So this portal signifies a time for that deep emotional healing. It is a time to reclaim your power. And it is a time to kind of heal family connections and manifest that abundance that you have been looking for, that you've been desiring. Okay. So we also have the new moon in Gemini happening today. So the new moon in Gemini. It kind of brings forth a dynamic and more like intellectual stimulation kind of energy that is really encouraging us to embrace our curiosity and our communication and adaptability. So, when it comes to communication and relationships, the influence of the new moon in Gemini really amplifies our ability to express ourselves with both clarity and honestly a little bit of charm. So, under this energy, our words carry a magnetic quality, really making it an opportune time to really engage in meaningful conversations, and really foster those deep connections with other people. A quick example of this is, you may find that your communication skills are kind of heightened during this time, allowing you to kind of express your thoughts and your opinions and your desires to other people. It is definitely a favorable period for kind of initiating important conversations that may have been on the back burner for a very long time. And it's a good time for seeking those resolutions in relationships. Now, when it comes to that intellectual exploration and adaptability, Gemini's energy really encourages us to kind of explore those new ideas and learn from all of those diverse perspectives and kind of embrace the change with that agility and flexibility. An example of this would be, you might be feeling a surge of mental energy, kind of prompting you to dive into, new subjects or, engage in new creative ventures or pursuits, and even considering alternative viewpoints on different situations. So this energy really fosters a spirit of kind of flexibility and openness to different experiences. And then when it comes to manifestation and setting intentions, the new moon in Gemini really represents an excellent opportunity to set your intentions and really to commit to those personal goals that align with those positive attributes of the sign of Gemini. It encourages us all to really embrace the unknown and cultivate a sense of curiosity and receptivity. Okay. So, an example for this is, during this time, you can, I don't know, harness the energy of the new moon to set intentions related to communication, learning, adaptability, or enhancing your relationship, doing that deep connection with your partner and resolving a lot of these issues. It's also a very, very good time to manifest opportunities for growth and expansion in different areas of your life at this time. So, needless to say, there is a lot of energy shifting today. So, now we're going to move into June 9th, where Mars is entering Taurus. So, this energy is really characterized by a deliberate and methodical approach to really pursuing desires and your ambitions. Okay. So this placement exhibits a strong sense of determination and patience and deep appreciation for the stability and the endurance in all of your endeavors kind of moving forward. So you may be driven by a need for security and, possess a fondness for personal possessions, valuing strength and stability and all of your pursuits moving forward. This energy kind of combines the assertiveness of Mars with the steady and the deliberate nature of Taurus, resulting in kind of like a harmonious flow of assertiveness and stability. So, and this is kind of particularly in the pursuits of like your long-term goals. So overall, Mars in Taurus really encourages us to be grounded with that Taurus energy and practical. Okay. So really taking that practical approach when you're taking action, really emphasizing the importance of persistence and consistency. I'll say consistency again because somebody else needs to hear that. That is definitely a message for you. And the careful allocation of your energy to achieve your desired outcomes. Okay, so then we are going to move on to June 17th. We have both Venus and Mercury moving into Cancer. So I will just kind of say beware of all of your heightened emotions during this time. Be sure to take a very, very balanced approach between your emotions and your logic during this time. It is going to be a very, very, very emotional, heightened time. So don't be reactionary during this time. Really check in with your emotions, check in with yourself, see how you're feeling. You may also encounter a blast from the past during this time. So really make sure you're keeping your emotions in check and don't allow your emotions to take over and control you. And then we have on June 20th, we have the sun entering Cancer, and it is the summer solstice or the first day of summer. So this energy is going to be so liberating and so freeing because it is all about that high vibrational energy coming in, that high vibrational light. Okay. So we have good things moving in, maybe good news of some sort, but a lot of wonderful, beautiful energy coming in during this time. It is also a good time to kind of look at your abilities to how you receive things. Like if someone offers you help, do you usually say no? Or do you tend to do things by yourself and refuse that help? This is really a time that you need to practice receiving. I'll say it again. Practice your ability to receive, okay? Because if you don't know how to receive, your manifestations will not be coming to fruition. And if you don't know how to receive, you're not going to allow that beautiful abundance to kind of come in. So really learning to start accepting and learning how to receive is going to be very, very important during this time. So whether it is through help or love or self-love or, little acts of kindness or, whatever kind of positive energy that's being projected towards you, you must learn that you are worthy of receiving this energy. Okay. Very, very important because we cannot manifest, we cannot receive our abundance if we don't know how to receive. And then we also must have to believe to receive, So let's move on to June 21st. So June 21st to July 22nd, we also have the influence of the Cancer season where we kind of transition into that nurturing and intuitive energy of Cancer. So, Cancer is a water sign and it really encourages us to kind of honor our emotions. Okay. So, really creating that sense of home and security and safety and connecting with our intuition. It is a time for deep emotional healing and self-care. Self-care, self-care, self-care. And I also just want to kind of say this again. It is a time to create a sense of security and safety. Because when we don't feel secure and we don't feel safe, we cannot connect with our intuition. So take care of yourself. Self-care is going to be so predominant during this entire month. So really look at it, really take care of your energy, harness your energy, really respect your body and your energy, okay? So an example for this whole period is kind of like you may feel a strong pull to create a nurturing environment in your home. So this could be like doing feng shui or, redecorating or decluttering, really making your house feel like a home. And then, like I said, engaging in those self-care practices and listening to your intuition for that guidance and really making, listening to your intuition to make those important decisions. And like I said, this is going to last until about July 22nd. So we have some time to really embrace this beautiful, loving, nurturing, emotional energy. So then we also have the full moon in Capricorn happening on June 22nd as well. So the energy of the full moon in Capricorn is really characterized by kind of like that harmonious flow and that harmonious blend of ambition, emotional resilience, the need for balance between your personal and your professional life. Okay. So this lunar phase is really encouraging us to recognize our achievements and reassess how we kind of balance our public commitments with our personal and emotional needs. Okay, it's all about that balance between all, life. Our whole entire life is about balance, but it's really balancing between those specific aspects of our life. The grounded earth energy of Capricorn really prompts us to kind of cultivate emotional resilience and practice that self-care and create that stability and that safety in both our emotional and our material worlds. It really emphasizes the importance of setting boundaries to protect our energy and align with our higher goals. You also may be getting word of like good news or like a promotion or a new job offer or just having a lot of abundance around finances at this time. But I'm going to kind of warn you though, just because the energies of this full moon may kind of feel really exhausting if you are, if you don't have your boundaries, if you don't have your energy high, if you're not vibrating at a high vibration, if you're not weeding out the unnecessary things in your life and you're just kind of saying yes, 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 because you're a yes man and you're taking on everybody else's tasks as your own. If you're not setting those boundaries, you're really going to feel the exhaustion this month. It is going to be a time where, you're going to have to rest. It's going to be very, it kind of feels like energy sucking, like getting sucked, the life sucked out of you almost. But just kind of remember, how would you mother you? If your child was tired, you would say, go rest, right? So you must rest during this time to really honor your physical and your emotional parts, okay? So during this phase, it is going to be very important to really recognize all of the areas of your life where you may be expending energy excessively or, in a way that's not really aligned with you or serving your long-term goals. So if you have a project and you really want to finish this project and you've been putting a lot of work and effort and time into this project, but you cannot get it done, and it has been such a long time since you were able to focus on you and your project that you want to finish, because you keep saying yes, 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 and people pleasing and making sure everyone else around you is okay, but your goals and everything are on hold. It is a time to cut that cord. It is a time to get all of your time and effort back so you can start focusing on your projects and your long-term goals. So this lunar energy is really encouraging a reevaluation of your priorities, really setting those boundaries and ensuring that your energy is being utilized in a balanced and a sustainable manner, okay? So then we go to June 29th, where Saturn is going to go retrograde. And I know everyone freaks out with the word retrograde. So, let me just tell you how, what Saturn means in the direct motion. It's believed to bring a sense of structure, discipline, responsibility, to various aspects and areas of our life, such as profession, career, your relationships, your married life, your love life, your spiritual life, mental stability, your debts, your health, your well-being, your wellness, your connections or relationships. So it's really bringing all the structure, and it's almost like the rules and the guidelines of those different places in your life. So it really kind of guides everyone to really navigate their commitments and obligations with a greater sense of purpose and a greater sense of clarity. So when Saturn is in retrograde, it almost feels like let's put our hair down kind of energy, So it's putting the walls down, it's letting people in, it's releasing the need to control, it's releasing that strict structure of your life. And it's kind of saying like it's time to have some fun. It's time to, relax and bring that fun into your life. Life is not meant to be taken so seriously. I know we get caught up in the whole energy of life going through of, we have to go to work. We have rules at work. We have to go to home. We have rules at home. Everything is so strict and serious. And honestly, life is not supposed to be taken so seriously. And honestly, when we are able to let our hair down and pull our walls back and our boundaries back a little bit, that's when that playful energy can take over. And that's when our creativity can expand. That's when our manifestations can expand, because we're not putting so much pressure. We're not putting so many rules on our manifestations and where we want to go. So really just have a sense of fun during this time. During this period, the energy of Saturn is kind of known as the planet of karma, right? So it's about that karma, that responsibility, that discipline, those commitments, and it's really said to be intensified and impactful when Saturn is kind of doing its thing. So it's really a time for that introspection, that review, and that sorting out of all those karmic debts, the blending of the past with the present and the future. It's all about the balance of all of those, how to use your past to live in the present and plan for the future kind of thing. So, actually manifest your future. So really utilizing all those energies. But Saturn in retrograde really is saying to people to kind of reflect on all of those responsibilities, review all those obligations, review your personal plans. What are your personal projects that you have been trying to put in motion? It is an opportunity for those meaningful, serious inner work modalities that can really ultimately lead to your personal growth.
Here's what I found.
Oh, my watch is going off. No, thank you. Okay, so it's really going to help you lead to that personal growth. The effects of Saturn in retrograde is it kind of unfolds gradually, kind of revealing its influence over a longer period of time. It's not like a quick thing. It just kind of happens in this kind of divine timing kind of way, right? So, this event is really associated with the need for that self-reflection, and that takes time, right? So, learning how to meditate, that takes time. Exploring any of the obstacles in a deliberate and an introspective manner, and learning how to do that kind of takes time. So all of these energy shiftings during this time, it might be a little bit slower than you really want to. Or if you're wishing for a healing, it may take, it's in divine timing. It doesn't happen like that. Yes, we have quantum flips and things like that, but you have to be very, very good at what you do and very, very good at energy work. So yeah, just remember to have fun during this time, because if you come in with it, if you kind of come and look at this energy with a light heart, and you kind of, I don't know, if you can see kind of what needs a little bit of wiggle room in your life, you're going to create that space for your manifestations to grow. So honestly, in summary, the energies of June are kind of poised to support us in our journey of our, self-discovery, our healing, our manifestations. It really is embracing that duality, that yin and yang of Gemini, to really harness the nurturing energies, of the portal, of the 6-6 portal today. And those portals and all the energies that kind of flow through, you usually have a couple days before and a couple days after, as those energies transit through. So don't think that you're like missing out on the portal today or anything. Those energies will flow through usually a day before, a day after, sometimes longer, depending on what that transition is. But really allowing the intense intuitive wisdom of Cancer to guide you along your path during the month of June. So don't get too emotional. Realize that everything is happening. It may be a little bit slower than you're hoping for, but everything is in divine timing. Okay. So this message for a lot of people out there, there's so much going on behind the scenes that your spiritual team is like really sifting through and getting rid of a lot of things that were on your path that really shouldn't have been there, and really guiding you back to your path, right? So really being patient, really just bringing a sense of fun and lightheartedness to this month, really being aware of your emotions, not being reactionary to situations, and really showing up for yourself this month is going to be absolutely critical and crucial. Okay, so how are you showing up for yourself? How are you taking care of yourself? Are you nurturing yourself? Are you loving yourself? I say it all the time. You cannot love anyone else or receive love or receive anything else until you give yourself love, until you are able to understand and accept and receive that love from yourself. So I hope that this kind of helped everyone. May this whole entire month just be a time of, profound growth and love and abundance and feeling like you're at home and safety and warmth and just that pure, joy. I know that when we say Cancer, we think of emotions, but Cancers really feel things on such a deep emotional level. So feel that beautiful love and all of that abundance, for you to kind of open your heart to receive. Okay. So I hope that this helped everyone. May you all walk in the light and the love of the entire cosmos, of the world, of the divine, of God, of the universe, and just be able to receive that divine love. Okay, because it is beautiful. It is wonderful. It is so liberating and freeing. Okay, so I hope everyone has a wonderful month. Peace, love, blessings to everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful, beautiful month. Until next time.